Hey everybody, welcome to NEGU TV episode 8. So we're combining NEGU TV episode 8 with my Joy Drop. And I love when people write back to my Joy Drop, which is a monthly email that I send out, talking about myself, talking about life, talking about all different types of topics, no matter if it's about personal improvement or how I deal with grief or whatever. So that's really kind of been the whole purpose behind the Joy Drop. And so when we recently asked a lot of our followers if they would like to see more video versus email, some of them said yes, and so we decided let's take the Joy Drop and make a video. So here it is. So welcome to NEGU TV / the Joy Drop, episode 1 of the Joy Drop. So I was wanting to ask you a question. What is your love language? Now, if you know that there's a book out about marriage and love languages, there's like gifts. People like to acts of service. Some people are words of affirmation. Some people are physical touch. Some people it's quality time. And so you kind of like, that is like one way you just typically communicate love is by, that's how you have certain strengths. Some of those things you're good at, some of those things maybe just don't come really realistic to you. So I'm words of affirmation. I love to be encouraged. I didn't grow up in the greatest home, and so I didn't get a lot of encouragement from my father growing up. And so I love words of affirmation. It's just really what fills my bucket. And so I thought to myself, wait a minute, if we take words of encouragement or affirmation and think about the Joy Drop, this actually could be something that you and I could both benefit from, because one of the things that I pride myself on is I don't want to talk about something that I'm not trying to do myself, because I'm not perfect, believe me. You can ask my wife and my kids all about that. But I thought, wait a minute, I remember reading a book called How Full Is Your Bucket? It's a great book, New York Times #1 bestseller, amazing book. And it's all about, we all live with this bucket. And we like to have things put in our bucket to encourage us so we can feel encouraged and empowered and fulfilled and propelled to do great things every day. But sometimes our bucket's empty. And the way the book goes about it is actually they come with these actually little drops. But you actually can write people notes and have people on, maybe at your office or even in your home, have a little bucket and you drop it in there encouraging that person. So while how full is your bucket, I thought, okay. And then I thought, okay, we've got to find a bucket. But then I thought to myself, I'm going to make this really easy because it's got to be easy for me. So I took the word drop, D-R-O-P, and said, here's 4 things that we need to be doing in order to truly make a joy drop in somebody's bucket that we love and that we want to encourage to never ever give up, no matter if they're a child fighting cancer or a spouse or a coworker or a friend or a teammate. So the D stands for this. You have to decide to. If you're going to actually want to fill somebody's bucket up, make the choice. You have to decide to do it. Because I know great people that all intentions, but until you actually decide, no, I'm going to do this, it just doesn't happen. So the D of the Joy Drop, we're going D-R-O-P, is D is you got to decide to. You got to say, you know, I'm going to help fill somebody's bucket. I'm going to use my life to fill somebody's bucket and make them feel encouraged. Because we all can love to have encouragement. We can benefit from encouragement. There's actually medical statistics about what encouragement and joy and happiness does for us internally. So again, so you got to decide to do it. Okay, so check 1, decide to do it, and I know you can. Step 2, the R, realize who. So you decide to, but then you got to go realize who. Who needs a boost of encouragement? Whose bucket can I drop something into this week, today, tomorrow? This could be anybody, but you got to realize who is in your world. And what really means this is you got to know people. Well, I don't like false affirmation. When somebody just goes, "Hey, Eric, good job." I would prefer somebody that knows me a little bit better and just goes, "You know, Eric, when I see you do that, It really makes me smile because I know you're doing something that really is, you just shine at, or whatever may be the case. So when you realize who, think about people that really, really could benefit from this. And make sure that there might be somebody in your home, somebody at work, somebody at a sports team, anybody. But you got to decide to do it, but then you got to realize, who am I going to do it with? So then that's D, decide. R, realize. O, outline how. How are you going to do it? Because everybody's bucket could be a little different. Somebody might just actually need a little note on their desk or in their bucket. Somebody might need me to pick up a phone and call them and tell them how proud of them I am. Somebody might need me to write them a note. It really doesn't matter. What it matters is that you do it. So that's why I said you got to decide. And then when you realize who, you start to go, oh, that person needs that. That person needs that. And that's where you start to outline how you're going to do it. I always like to say, give affirmation and encouragement privately and publicly. So privately just means one-on-one, pat on the back, high five, you're doing great. Sometimes, though, it is well worth it and well important enough to say, hey, team, gather around. I want you guys to know how proud I am of Bob or Joe or Susie. Whoever it is, sometimes it's public praise and sometimes it's private praise. But this is the key. It can't be false praise. It just can't. That means it's not coming from your heart. And so if you really, really want to help somebody's bucket get filled up and feel empowered and loved on and encouraged, it's got to be genuine. So again, you got to decide to do it. You got to realize who you're going to do it with. You got to outline how. And the P is you got to pick a date. Nothing becomes dynamic until it becomes specific. You got to put pencil down going, I'm going to make this call. I'm going to drop by and put a note on that person's desk. You got to plan it, because at least if I look in my own life, and if I hold the mirror up to Eric Reese, sometimes my best intentions never get fulfilled. Because I get busy. And I don't want to be busy. I want to make it somebody's bucket a priority. And so that's why I just really want to encourage you to decide to, realize who, outline how, and pick a time to do it. And this is the best thing. Just pick one person. Okay? Don't come up with a list of 100. Pick 1, 2 people to be encouraged. Because if I do that, and if you do that, think of the ripple effect of our intentionality could cause in people's lives. And so again, I just wanted to let you guys know we love you here at the Jessie Reese Foundation, and I wish I could visit all of you and drop a joy drop in your bucket, because truly, 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 without your love and support, encouragement, we could not do what we do here at the Jessie Reese Foundation in helping kids and siblings and parents never ever give up in their courageous fight. So when you guys comment below, when you guys leave notes on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, that's kind of like a joy drop back to me. So thank you for doing that. And I just want you to join me in saying, let's pick one person in the next 24 hours that we could fill their bucket. That's all we got to do. So let's hold each other accountable. When we jump back next week on NEGU TV, let's think about that one person, and maybe you can have that name written down and you know that you dropped that, you helped fill that person's bucket. But I love you guys, and I hope today was something that you can use and help others with, because that's what life's all about. We're better together, and let's use today to make this world a better place. I love you guys. I'll see you soon.